You enjoyed. Okay, that's one secret. Okay, Sachin Tendulkar, if you're ever giving him a birthday gift, give him a good aftershave. That's one thing that we know. The best captain in the best cricketer in the world didn't necessarily become the best captain. Is that a regret? Is there something? Why didn't Sachin Tendulkar become India's captain for 10, 15 years?
Yeah, I mean, cricket to me is a team sport, and when I was a captain, there were some tough tours. I went to West Indies, and West Indies was a better side. Went to South Africa, went to Australia. There were a number of challenges that I was met with, and one common thing that I experienced during my captaincy period and in 2011 when we went to England and Australia, we lost test matches because there were not enough runs on the board and we gave far too many runs. And the similarity was again in England in 2011, there were not runs on the board and we were not able to pick those 20 wickets. So we gave far too many runs and we lost 4 test matches in England and 4 in Australia. To me, it is a teamwork. It is not about individuals. I mean, there are stages where captain comes into play and captain will guide, captain will take those important decisions on the field. But eventually, the batters have to go out and score those runs, and the bowlers still have to land the ball in those areas. And that is something I felt which lacked. And when
is that a regret? Is that a regret that you were not able to perform as captain?
I was also dropped, as you call it, from captaincy when I had done only 12, 13 months in my first thing, and that was a disappointment because you select the captain thinking that he is going to take the team forward, and then if that stint is not long enough, if you have played only 2 matches and you've lost both, then the success rate is 0. And suddenly, if you've played 4 matches and you've lost 2, you become 50% successful, and so on and so forth. That tenure was also not long enough, and I sort of, it was a big disappointment for me, so to overcome easily.
Okay, that's fair enough. You're saying it was a big disappointment for you that you couldn't get that long tenure as captain. Let's look at life now. There's one thing, from the time you were 6, you've dreamt, held that cricket bat, entertained all of us. Now, the second half of life. What is life beyond cricket for Sachin Tendulkar? What is your life now? Has it changed dramatically?
When I was playing cricket, cricket was my life. Cricket made my life. Cricket gave everything to me in life. Whatever I have today is only because of cricket. And during those years, the rest of the things were in the background. My focus was only on cricket. My family played a huge role there. And then taking away all the other pressures, and all I was left alone to think about was my cricket. That really helped. But things have changed. They've flipped around. And I don't have to think about cricket anymore. Only I have to think when I have to speak to you, giving those interviews. Otherwise, I don't, I enjoy cricket. I love cricket. But simultaneously, there are a lot of other things that I've been doing and I've been involved with. And it's a sheer joy. And something which I always felt was first innings of my life was about achieving my own targets and thrilling moments and chasing my dreams. The second innings of my life is giving something constructive back to the community who've supported me, who've encouraged me, who've loved me for a number of years. And if I can give something back to them, it's all about my satisfaction. And I'm involved with a couple of initiatives. One is about the encouraging children from the slums to educate and to show a brighter side of life, to give them a fair opportunity. And there is another project which is we are lighting up as many houses as possible. There are thousands and thousands of villages in India where there is no electricity and life comes to standstill after sunset. life in darkness is miserable. And we are looking to put as many solar lights in their villages as possible. And that's something which is all about satisfaction. I'm trying to do that.
Indians usually play the second innings when they bat better than the first innings. Remember that always. So let's just see that little bit. You brought a little video to show us what Sachin Tendulkar does in life beyond cricket, and then I'll ask you a question on that, since people want to know often whether Sachin does enough. Let's take a look at this.
इनिशिएटिव्ह आम्ही दोघांनी सुरू केला आहे स्नायडर इलेक्ट्रिक्स बरोबर. ज्यावेळेला सूर्यास्त होतो त्यानंतर तुमच्या सगळ्यांच्या आयुष्यात अंधार का असावा हा एक प्रश्न होता माझ्यासमोर. आपल्या देशात अशी छोटी छोटी गावं आहेत जिकडे संध्याकाळी अजिबात लाईट नसतो, फॅन ही नसतो. प्रोजेक्टचं नाव आम्ही स्प्रेडिंग हॅपीनेस ठेवलं, म्हणजे थोडक्यात सगळीकडे आपण आनंद पसरवतो. सगळ्या इकडच्या बसलेल्या लोकांना या छोट्या गावाला मी देवाकडे अशी प्रार्थना करतो की तुम्हाला देव सुखरूप ठेव आणि त्याचा आशीर्वाद तुमच्यावरती असो. थँक्यू.
You know, the reason that was important was that when I asked people what is the question that they want to ask, the one controversial question they asked is, Sachin Tendulkar is a Rajya Sabha MP. What does he do as a Rajya Sabha MP? Should he not be doing more for society? He's now a Bharat Ratna. Should he not be setting up a foundation, doing much more for society? How would you respond to all of them? What does Sachin Tendulkar do? As you said, you want to give back to society. Is that by being a member of Rajya Sabha, or is it by taking initiatives like the one that we just saw?
Becoming member of Rajya Sabha is a huge honor, and I was nominated. So I decided the day I was nominated, I said that I'm going to give my best. I'm going to try with all my other commitments and all my other dreams which I had thought of. You know, along that, what is it that I can do? And I feel going to Kerala just now as a national sports competition where I was their ambassador, and I spent time with the organizers, and I said I would promote sport, promote football, various other things. I think something which as a sportsman I believe is really important is how could one introduce sport in school, and that is something which I want to do, and I've already started working. I've made a proper plan, a document which is about leading healthy lives. And talking about diabetes, we've got 75 million plus diabetic patients, and that is only because we are not aware of healthy lifestyle, and that starts from a grassroots level. Also, when for any sportsman who's competing at an international level, his formative years are really important. What he does from the grassroots level is really important. How he prepares himself, how much knowledge does he have about our past sporting heroes. all those kind of things are really, really important. We identify talent when they are 12, and at the age of 18, we expect them to bring us gold medal back when they are competing in Olympics. So that's something I want to change. As a sportsman, I want to introduce this in schools. And also have that sports as a subject in school, because it's going to have a positive impact on the nation. There could be healthier doctors, there could be healthier journalists.
Healthier journalists? Okay, you put your finger at me. It's almost a cue for me to say goodbye on that. But just a quick word. Do you prefer that, the work that I saw you doing in the villages of Maharashtra, to sitting in the Rajya Sabha or joining politics? Will Sachin Tendulkar ever join politics or public life? You can contest from any place in Maharashtra.
I won't join politics. So once a sportsman, always a sportsman. This is a huge honor. I mean, by no means I'm disrespecting anyone. It's a huge honor, but my heart is with cricket and my heart is with sport. So in that area, how could I contribute more? And that is one side of the coin. And the other side of the coin you saw just now on the screen, that I would like to light up the entire nation. There should not be a single house in India without electricity or without light post sunset. And that is my dream. The only reason to show this film here was I'm hoping that we'll get some donations so we could bring more smiles on the faces.
So can we have a Sachin Tendulkar?
The less fortunate ones.
So can we have a Sachin Tendulkar Foundation?
Nothing more than that.
Sachin Tendulkar Foundation, like the Tiger Woods Foundation?
We are. I mean, spreading happiness is something that I've joined hands with Schneider Electrics, and it is not just about Schneider, providing those lights. It could be any other company. So it is about what we can give back to the society. It is not about just promoting one brand. So it's not at all commercial based. It is all about making more people happy and able in our nation, where 15 years down the line, our nation will feel that impact, feel that change, and there'll be more educated people.
Two quick short questions with one-line answers. Who is the next Sachin Tendulkar?
I don't like comparisons. When I was growing up, I always wanted to be Sachin Tendulkar. I didn't want to be anyone else. So when someone else is growing up, Sunil Gavaskar was my batting hero, and so was Vivian Richards. I wanted to bat like them, but I always wanted to be Sachin Tendulkar.
Okay, you always. And my final question, and I can almost guess your answer. Who's going to win the World Cup? And I want an honest answer now. If you had 1,000 rupees in your pocket, and you perhaps have more than what I have, certainly. So who is going to win the World Cup? Come on.
Are you trying to tell me that I'm betting? I don't gamble.
No.
That thousand bucks.
Look, you can't fix
here.
You can't fix the match sitting here. So if you tell me who's going to win the World Cup,
I think the way India is playing, India is going to win the World Cup, and I hope. I mean, there could be a louder cheer for this. I'm so impressed with the way team is playing. We are batting well, we are bowling well, we are fielding well. There is not a single department we've not ticked that department, and we've been playing consistently well. It's not one or two games. First, there was a big question mark whether we'd be able to beat Pakistan this time or not. Then said, okay, fine, Pakistan wasn't a strong team. We normally do that when we are doing well. We don't give full credit. We try and hold something back. I would give full credit to our team. And the next match which I attended, which was in Melbourne, which was a big game, a tough game, South Africa and Australia, Melbourne, I thought we outclassed them. And then South Africa didn't play badly. We made them look like that. I thought we really played good cricket, and it was terrific batting, bowling, and amazing fielding. I mean, those fielding, I thought the turning point was when Mohit Sharma got A.B. de Villiers out, run out from deep point. That throw was terrific, and that was the turning point, according to me. And then it is all because of each and every individual has chipped in at the right time, and that is what is going to help us go all the way through.
Okay, so Sachin Tendulkar says India will win the World Cup. We'll take your word for it as a World Cup winner in 2011 yourself. And it's a good point on which to bring in my friend and colleague and your biographer, Boria Majumdar, who's going to ask you the cricketing questions. I've asked you the life questions, and I've got a little bit of the life that Sachin Tendulkar has had. And as I introduce Boria, I just want to ask something for someone like me who's now turning 50 this year. How do you stay fit? What is your fitness mantra? Do you have something to stay? How do you stay so fit? What is it that you're doing that I'm not doing? Come on. What is your fitness mantra?
So you still consider I'm fit? Okay, that's good to know. No, it's good to be active. It's good to engage yourself in outdoor activity where you burn some calories.
Do you still diet and do all that?
I don't diet, but if I've eaten something which in my playing days I would not go anywhere close to that, then I look to burn those calories.
So if you have butter chicken for lunch, you're available, right?
Yeah, I can eat, but then you are available when I go to the gym, right?
Okay. You still gym, huh? You still do the gymming?
I do, and I think every individual sitting here should do something, because as my grandmother always told me while I was growing up, health is wealth. If you don't have good health, there is no use having whatever $1,000 in your pocket will not help. So.
Well, I wish I had your health, and I wish I had even 1/100th of the runs that you had. That's all that I would pray for. But thank you very much, Sachin Tendulkar. It's been a pleasure, and I want to bring in Boria to take forward this conversation. Thank you again.
Defining moment for me, it was a make or break situation for me, because after getting hit, you are either scared of a season ball or you get fearless. And in my case, I became fearless and I became more confident, and I was ready to take on the world.
Sachin, we don't have much time. We've got about 5 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll skip the pictures. I'll ask you 2 questions, and I'm sure the audience has a couple, and finish this session off. Let's fast forward to 2003 and that match against Pakistan, Centurion. Just describe that Shoaib Akhtar over to my audience in 60 seconds. Describe that over. I'm sure many people have watched it.
The best atmosphere I have seen so far. I thought any India-Pakistan game is really big, but this was something special. Chasing 274, those days 274 was a big total, different rules, and the best bowling attack at that stage in the world. Lunchtime, we sat, I had my earphones on, I just grabbed a bowl of ice cream, and I told the 12th man, when the umpires go out to bat, tell me. And that's when I'm going to just remove my earphones and walk out to bat. And while walking out to bat, I told Veeru that, pehle kuch over thoda sambal ke dekhenge, because up front they're going to charge in and bowl as quick as possible, pick those early wickets and push us on the back foot. But from the first over itself, in the first over I hit a boundary, and then next was a big over of Shoaib Akhtar. That's when I hit a 6 and couple of boundaries. Within three overs, I think we were 40 plus, which put them on the back foot. But that feeling was incredible, because as I said earlier, that you might have plan A, but it's quickly, if you can figure out what your plan B is and shift the momentum in your favor. That is what I did. I mean, the plan was to just hang around. We went there and we realized the bowlers are not up to the mark. I mean, they are giving us loose deliveries, and we need to put away those loose deliveries. And that sort of laid a solid foundation, and then we could see on their faces that they'd sort of, gone on the back foot, and they thought the game was done.
When I asked Shoaib Akhtar about this, he said, whatever ball I was bowling was getting hit. So I basically told Wasim, the captain, let's not do it anymore. My final question then, audience, for one question or two. You go to Melbourne, India bats against South Africa, and the audience goes, Sachin, Sachin. Just 10 days back. You are not playing. Rajdeep asked you, how does it feel?
No, it's a blessing. And then once again, a big thank you. I tweeted actually after I took a photo during the South Africa game, but after beating Pakistan, there were a number of people standing outside my house shouting Sachin, Sachin. So I sort of, took a picture and I video recorded that, because it was something, unique, because I've never experienced that. I was not part of the team. I hadn't scored a single run, neither I had got that run out or picked a wicket, but people were celebrating, and their way of celebration was to to shout my name, and it made me feel special. So it is always a special feeling.
Okay, quick 2 questions, if I can have 2. There's a hand there. If I can have a microphone there, please.
Hi Sachin, this is Sandeep. You being an icon for the youth and the budding cricketers of the country, what's your message to them? And cricket has undergone a lot of transition from test cricket to 50 overs, then 2020. Now what next?
Take one.
My message to youngsters is be true to yourself, don't find shortcuts. There are going to be challenges along the way, not just in cricket, but generally in life. Don't find shortcuts. Stick to those values. And that would be my message to them. And talking about cricket, cricket is changing, and I think the last change has proven to be a little harsh on the bowlers. You know, with 5 fielders inside the ring, the par score, which earlier was 260 or 270, it has become 310 or so. And if you score 290, then even, you know, the commentators also nowadays say that no, that's not much. I mean, it's chaseable. But you know, a few years ago, that was a big total. So that change is something that I'm not so pleased about, because on one hand, we are wanting bowlers to be encouraged more and produce quality cricket, and on the other hand, by these restrictions, you are tying their hands, and it puts a lot of pressure. And you see, if you're not a quality bowler, you cannot survive with these rules.
Okay, so we've got a headline: cricket is not heading the right way. Sir, final question from you.
Cricket is a gentleman's game, and politics is actually quite another ball game. It's even a dirty ball game. So your foray in politics, doesn't it inspire you to also want to clean up politics? You'll have the whole nation behind you.
I said earlier that, you know, values are really, really important in life. I think I'm still young enough to take advice and not give advice. And I'm learning a lot of things in life. My expertise lies in sports. And there, if I have to advise someone and tell them how to bat, or, you know, what are the things which are needed to do, then